What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run getting things done. But I get to make a fun run right now. I'm about to get my fish sandwich, the coveted fish sandwich that y'all hear me talk about. On my way to get that. And so I'm gonna connect with y'all, talk about some more of the trendy stuff. Right now, we have a report out that Disney has canceled a live-action Tangled remake. We know what Tangled is. It was a CG movie that Disney did a few years back. It was actually pretty successful for them. And I can understand why they would want to do a remake of that, a live action one. You know, a Rapunzel thing. I mean, I think it would work if done right. But of course, you know, Disney was not going to make it right. Disney was going to mess it up, more likely than not, and that's why it's no more. It's been canceled. Yes, that's right. Disney has canceled another project because Bob Iger's been kind of going in and cutting a lot of stuff, but this is yet another one. The only reason I could see them canning this is that he saw the writing on the wall. People are saying that it's because of the Snow White remake that happened recently, that we know is doing very badly, that they spent 270 to 330 million making, that we know they're never going to recoup that money. But let's just retread that. They decide to do this remake. They spend a bunch of money on it. Then they spend a bunch of money on reshoots. They spend even more money on making these nightmarish CG dwarfs that nobody wanted. Especially considering that there were real life dwarf actors that they could have hired to do this. It just would have overall looked better. It gave the movie, I don't know, kind of a cheap look from what I've seen in just the trailers alone. You can kind of get that idea from it. But if that stuff wasn't bad enough, the movie became a feminist propaganda tool. It was everything wrong with modern Disney all wrapped into a bow. You had, they kind of canned the love story a bit. No Prince Charming. Instead, this guy, he's a bandit. To my understanding, and spoilers now. I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard some things about it from people who have. So here's your time to skip forward if you don't want any spoilers. But she steps out in the end to rule, and she doesn't have a man with her, because why the heck would she need a man, right? There's just no way that she could ever want a man by her side to rule her kingdom. She's got to be strong and independent all on her own. Take that and square it with the fact that the lead actress of the movie just simply refused to close her mouth. She is an obnoxious, bratty, spoiled, petulant. Yeah, I've added that to my lineup now of insults. Just I just cannot take her. Anton Daniels, it was a video that I watched of his not too long ago, and he said to this one chick that was in his stream, and I quote, "You are in the position that you are in right now because nobody in your life ever told you to shut up. The men in your life never told you to shut up." Man, I got to say, when it comes to this girl and how she just never would just pull back, just chill, I'm feeling that. I really am feeling that. I can't help but feel that this young lady None of the men in her life ever told her to shut up. She was told that she was amazing. She was told that her views and opinions matter, and she's so important that whatever thought comes into her mind, she just has to put it out there into the ether. Just no chill whatsoever. Never ever told, hey, you can think something, but sometimes it's not best to say it. All the rest of us have to do it, right? We all have to come to a point in our life where certain things we got to just keep them under our hat. This young lady was simply unable to do that, to the point that one of the execs' son was roasting her, saying how she was paid millions of dollars to promote this movie, to act in the movie and to promote this movie. And she went out there using the movie to basically push her own ideals, her own views and opinions, and that it has inevitably affected the box office. I'm paraphrasing some here, but that ultimately was the message, that she hijacked the movie. And this movie is so much bigger than her, but she didn't care. And you could tell that this young lady did not care at all. She just did not care. She did not care how many problems what she was doing was causing. She did not care the negative trickle-down effects that it had for other people. She just did not care. She couldn't have cared less. And because the Snow White situation has been such a disaster, according to the report, now the Tangled remake has been canceled. Now, they were probably going to do the same thing with Tangled. It was probably going to be something where they take a bunch of white characters and recast them as non-white. And I don't know, whatever changes they were making to the story, because it was supposedly in pre-production, whatever ideas they were coming up with, Bob Iger wasn't feeling it and just decided to kill it. It could have been the fact that right now they want to step away from doing these live action projects after Snow White. It could have been the fact that stuff that was happening with it, that it was in early development, the direction it was going, he wasn't feeling it. Or it could have been a little of column A and column B. We're going to step away from the live action remakes, and because this isn't looking like it's going to be all that promising anyway, yeah, we can just go ahead and cut this, man. But honestly, I don't think that anything of value was lost. I don't think we're going to be missing out on anything here. I like Disney, or at least I used to. I wish Disney would just get back into the business of entertaining people instead of trying to push rainbow agendas and feminism, because it's not working. In fact, Disney has been greatly frustrating because they have failed tremendously for 6 years now. Ever since Avengers Endgame, they have failed tremendously. And it's like they just will not learn. They have produced dud after dud after dud, and they just refuse to course correct. Even though they see what they're pushing out there is not selling, they just refuse to course correct. So I don't know. I'd like to believe that canceling this is a sign that they're about to head into a different direction. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't hold my breath, and I wouldn't bet on it. I'm gonna have to see a good 3 movies in a row of quality stuff that's just aimed to entertain and isn't trying to preach to you, isn't trying to teach you, some sort of ethical whatever, some sort of feminism stuff, any trans stuff, like just none of that. Just give me a movie that's entertaining. I'm gonna need to see them push out a good 3 really solid movies that just entertain and aren't trying to preach to you before I even entertain the idea that Disney might be trying to reverse what they've been doing. I'm gonna leave it there for now though, y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.